swear I wasn't.
She's giving us that look that means play along.
Klee?
I'll see myself to solitary confinement.
Paimon bets Klee must get bored in there all by herself. Guess who?
That's Paimon's voice I hear. Ooh, yes, please! Wait, anyway, while I'm grounded,
When you...
I made it into the shape of a harpastum and everything. Just wait for Ludi
Yeesh, if Jean was listening to this, Klee might find herself grounded for an awful lot longer.
May the Animo Archon protect you.
I'll be next time. I've heard that the Adventures Guild has its own...
Yeesh! If Cyrus was listening to this, he would be begging Jean to extend Klee's sentence.
Hello. May the Animo Archon protect you.
Looks like...
Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus?
No. Just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here.
I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Huh? Do I look nervous? My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Over there.
Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we?
Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close.
What do you mean, research?
Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all.
There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt?
Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and my teacher.
But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher?
Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to solve the most unfathomable of problems.
Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal.
Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. I don't see why not. Testing the limits of living beings' capabilities is one of Albedo's areas of research, after all. Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. You'll have to do your best.
Hey, stop worrying. We got this. Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
No escape. Leaving so soon.
A touch of frost.
Leave it all to me.
Prepare yourself.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Ha! Don't blink! Ha!
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment.
Speed of light!
No escape. Can't run from death.
choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, 'cause I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that nun's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain, or a trickster at best.
Oh, really?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... the honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Otherwise, depending on your
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? But you're only a traveler. I doubt you have any great skill in whatever. I had a notion of who you were seeking. If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm.
So, are you all...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never heard... I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Another
Steady
test
as
subject.
stone. Yeah. I'll catch up. Speed of light. Yeah. Off we go. Steady as stone. Yeah. Yeah.
Freeze!
Time to clean up. Yeah.
Not careless.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got careless. Should replace my hammer.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. What? I'm not a criminal in your example.
Detoxifying you. You need to hurry up. This one's well done.
Speed of light with sword comes shadow.
Do this quickly.
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment.
This is bad.
Speed of light.
Roasted frost. You need to hurry up.
Speed of
This one's well done.
nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Speed of
Leave it all to me.
I will end you.
As a dutiful maid would.
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
income. Hey! Get out of here! That's gonna hurt in the morning. Incoming.
I guess this is it.
Someone needs assistance.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Seems like there's more to being a nun in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized. Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for the views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in... Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first.
I'm going in! Adventure time!
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with sketching hilly churros? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions? What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to think, but back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talk. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research... forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin?
Whoa! You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking, it's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much...
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside, but you're not from the known world. By observing and
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Mora, knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. It happens time for a change of surroundings. We should be going.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
hurt in the morning? Off we go!
Paimon has a question.
I don't know. But I feel the importance using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would, after awakening, even create... Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something... Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating. And this...
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some... Oh, that rules out that possibility. But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick. Or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation... Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them.
Huh? Doesn't seem very science.
Direct and clear observation are imperative. Naturally, if you require a greater
Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
I'm going in! With sword comes shadow. Don't blink!
We have time to clean up.
Speed of light! Don't blink! Speed cut to the chase! Don't blink! Incoming!
Leave it all to me.
No! Incoming!
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparation. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to... Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction... Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, it's a type of ore known as star... I'll take you to my campsite. All going to plan, we should be able...
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns. Let's keep our eyes...
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Don't blink! Speed of light, cut to the chase!
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. Following this line of thought...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings, a cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy in that sense.
Yes, sir. That sound.
After all, we've got our primary doubt if it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with...
Ah, it would. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure?
Oh, this was this potion channels elemental power, but if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll look...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cool.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary, people are the same. They can, when you're sick, a doctor, but a peculiar person. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome.